Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3 with me, Rivington. Let's continue exploring Arthur's mansion.
Can't slow down.
At least we'll have some peace now.
Towards the city.
Better to be within its walls than without market. These here will stand a chance.
Now we don't have to leave. I'm gonna build a big house for all the rats. It's gonna be really fancy. You'll see. Oh, and I'm supposed to say thank you for helping us. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and I'm...
It'd be a little difficult to steal with her sitting in here. And there doesn't look to be anything of real value anyway, so let's head upstairs. An Archduke's Leadership Verification. An Archduke's Leadership Verification. A pamphlet by the Gortash for Archduke Voluntary Campaign. As Archduke, Lord Gortash's top priority will be verification, to ensure that all those receiving the benefits of citizenship in Baldur's Gate are actually entitled to them. No policy could be more important. Interesting that Arthur has this book in his house. He had all that stuff in his basement. Old Baldur's Mouth Letters page. No love for a little razzle-dazzle. The recent profusion of disruptive fireworks plaguing our fair city is absolutely unsupportable. I feel like I'm living in a war zone. Signed, a very tired citizen. Reply from Fellow Gear's Fireworks. Dear Sir, please reply with your personal address that we may post you a crate of Twizzlers, hot shandies, and Rizzle Sticks to lighten up your mood. Better yet, stop into Fellow Gear's Fireworks yourself. We can review some of our newer stock.
Whatever it is doesn't bode well. There is work to do. I'll grab that.
We know the tremors under the city aren't new. We're also not within the city walls, so I wonder how far out the tremors go.
Let's get going.
Can't afford any mistakes.
I've seen this one before. Could send that to camp.
I'll catch a break.
Ooh, locked doors.
There's no time to waste.
Looking ahead. Should mind my step.
Letter to Mamselle Amira, Draft.
We're about to be evicted.
Madam Amira, thank you for the invitation. You know how much I love Sharess's caress, but I still haven't lived down my last experience with the Drow twins. I fear they won't have forgotten my little mishap. So that's probably my last visit. I hope you all understand. Arthur.
She'll be all right. She's a brave girl. We'll get through this.
She's not brave, Ben. She's just learned to stay silent to avoid...
That one before. Toymaker's basement key. Oh. I didn't pick it up, I just drank it.
What? There's an army marching towards the city.
Oh neat, new outfits.
At least here we stand a chance.
This one sounds like it might be unique. Solemnity outfit in purple. One of Master Figaro's collection pieces. This outfit maintains the poise and grace of the wearer. Honestly, it elevates it considerably. Bad poise becomes competent poise. Competent becomes strong. Strong becomes spiffing.
I think the children could cope with being homeless again.
I'll have to check that out.
There's still decent folk about.
Arthur's private musings. An unfinished love story, handwritten by Arthur Gregorio, whose name is attached to the bottom of every page. Her ample bosoms fluttered like dove's fingers, brushing against his nails. The very ends of his mustache stood to attention, the fire stirred behind his eyes. No doubt this was love. Love, ah love. The stuff that dreams are made of. It made him sweat to think of it. The graceful, enduring, blossoming magnitude of what it all, the priceless, breathless, weightless, sheer romping joy of it.
Silent to avoid causing trouble.
Private musings indeed. Probably don't need this in our inventory, so send it to camp, along with the food that we picked up. No, it doesn't look half bad. Definitely not as adventuresque as the Nathan Drake outfit we were wearing, but maybe with a different color scheme. I'll try dyeing it later.
I was sure we were about to be evicted.
Can't give up now.
Maybe some earthy hues will make it look a little more humble. So I do believe we're done with that mansion for now. Oh, quick save, and I guess go north. Because Baldur's Gate is in this direction, right? Or at least a large building.
Through this.
I have no idea.
You're going to hire all the refugees. Just like that.
Why were these particular red caps
Unfortunate incident involving a child's fingers.
Edmundus Megaris.
All this kerfuffle over missing redcaps. Yes, we'd caged them due to unruly behavior, but as our redcap cleaners demonstrate, most are perfectly harmless.
And Fistpatrick.
Keep a sharp eye out. Redcaps are on the loose. One's deemed too violent to work. And not one of these circus folk seem bothered by it.
Sounds like an ambush waiting to happen.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Not enough to organize
Animal friends with him.
Emmett, Gable, Montgomery, and Klaus, along with Benji.
Please, go ahead of us. My son is a little nervous.
I want to see Dribbles, but I don't like the monster at the door.
Stinks of cheese between his piggy toes.
How dare you? What in the hells is all of this?
A necessity, good sir. The Steel Watch loves pretending sweet Rivington doesn't exist. So we have decided to protect you, dear patrons. No need to thank us. You'll be allowed in once I've done this batch. Next! Hello, hello, and welcome to the Circus of the Last Days, the finest extra-planar circus there is.
They could at least clean up the ghoul. He's covered in blood. I've never heard of an extra-planar circus, despite being from Baldur's Gate myself.
We travel from plane to plane, thrilling all blessed to see us. From tempestuous Ginny to belligerent redcaps, you'll find them all here. But enough of this. The circus is a place of joy and distraction, so come inside and forget your worries.
Alright, I'd like to enter the circus. Let's trade.
What's the plan?
Not a problem, dear patron. Benji just has to check if you're a vicious murderer. Benji?
Brain juice smells like piss and iron. No like.
Oh, well, that's a first. Usually I'd allow you in, but in these times, I can take no chances. Move along. No circus for you.
Do you think Dribbles will have his animal friends with him?
Of course. He never travels.
I'm not a threat to you or anyone else in the circus. I swear it.
The creepy monster thing.
Unless there's bad guys in there, in which case, I would be a threat to them.
Oh, damned if I'm not a sucker for big eyes and a heartfelt plea. Very well. Welcome to the Circus of the Last Days. Have fun and be sure to catch the star of our show, Dribbles the Clown. A tip? Don't piss off the Ginny. Oh, and if the kobold tries to sell you food, run. Enjoy the circus. What are you doing wasting time with me? There's a circus to enjoy, my friend. Go on.
Did you see that bloody ghoul at the entrance? Sniffing us of all things. What kind of circus is this?
Well, let's not go to the circus quite yet. Iwin, Rhett, and Gethin.
Dad says there's already too many refugees, and the city can't hold any more. We've got to keep them out.
Any of the refugees give you hassle? Come to us. We know how to handle them.
A Baldurian. Good. Lots of unfamiliar faces in the city these days.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
What's that monster?
That's just a man in a costume.
Another horde of refugees this morning.
Heroic portrait of Gortash. Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector. Oh, sorry, we didn't look at this poster yet.
The Circus of the Last Days has returned.
Same one as before.
See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
The Rivington General.
Oh, we found ourselves a merchant.
Rivington General.
Yildro and Gliron the Smith. I said that right.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you?
Looks a little stressed out with that big old vein on the side of his noggin. How will you know my perfect weapon?
I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill?
Yeah, we'll get the paladin option and see if he gives me a paladin-like weapon. Swiftly and without hesitation. As long as I follow my oath, my actions are justified. That seems a little extreme, but sure.
I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel?
To kill in service of my oath is my duty. I'm proud to do it.
Killing holds no fear for you, does it? You understand what it takes and what it gives. One more question, if you'll humour me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you?
I don't think he's a smith. I think he's a serial killer or something. Like he's masquerading as a smith. I mean, it depends on circumstance. If they turn into a mind flayer and attack me, yeah, I'll put him down. There's no cure for being turned into a mind flayer. Perhaps, if there was no other option.
There's a killer inside you, isn't there? It wouldn't take much to push you over the edge.
Oh, I was more right than I thought.
So, you're the lick spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. Oh, you could kill him. Let him close and make him feel the tickle of your blade between his ribs. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
Ah, yeah. You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward.
I didn't attack you. I've been out here the whole time.
Don't dare lie to me. I saw you with my own eyes, grinning at me like some bloody imbecile. I'm gonna knock that smirk right off your face.
You had a blow to the head. Are you sure you're remembering correctly?
Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. Ah, God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
That's unfortunate. She can copy us and do things in our, well, maybe not name, but in our face. Now, I'm surprised that he's still alive. As a ballist, you think, one, her powers would only work if she killed whoever she's trying to take the form of. Also, what is it with ball and doppelgangers? Also, why would she let him live if she knocked him out? You'd think she would just murder him outright.
What do you want now?
I'd like to shop. I want to trade.
And go down to the bloody shop. I've got work to do.
Oh, fair enough.
What's the rush, Sob? Can't we stay here?
Everybody inside. A ton of books. A Journal of Gildro and Galeron. It's been almost 15 years since I bought this forge from old Gossoon, and in that time I thought I'd seen everything, but I was wrong. The scimitar that Rivington Rat brought in yesterday is the third weapon made of infernal iron I've purchased in the last month. The only infernal weapons I've seen since I've been here. Of course, I sold them all pronto, probably getting less than I might have if I was willing to sit on them for a while. That's something I am not willing to do. Galeron didn't raise any fools. But still, I have to wonder, where are these diabolic weapons coming from? Alright, into the Feywild. Excerpt from what appears to be an unpublished memoir. I called my name out to the darkness, and nothing came back. Not even an echo. That was the moment I knew I was truly alone, and that I, Gildro Angleron, had to find a way to confront myself, accept myself, and fundamentally embrace myself for exactly who I was. And it was the Feywild that would teach me how. Level up your life. Life going down the latrine, wondering why nobody likes you, losing out on love, wondering what's wrong with you. The short answer is nothing. You're just lacking a little charisma. It's a common misconception that charisma is something you're born with. The truth is, charisma can be learned, and by purchasing this book, you've just taken the first step on the path to becoming the best version of you. Rune Powder and the Modern Gnome. This extremely wordy treatise supposes about the possibility of recreating rune powder, the mythical explosive documented in gnomish legends. Excuse me. Ask my most renovated and prodigiously talented audience to suppose the following. Rune powder as we know it may no longer exist at our particular space-time environment, but it most absolutely exists within our minds, both singular and collective. Now we've landed upon a fascinating bit of philosophy. Think, of the following formula. Thought plus behavior equals action. Then why not the following? Thought plus idea equals action. With our knowledge of rune powder's unique properties, why can we, the reader, myself, anyone with an interest really, not manifest that which we can imagine? Consider the following. Hi, dearest Gildro. Could be Galdro. My dearest darling Gildro, your last letter left me rather concerned. I think it's time you seek some professional counsel for your melancholy. Such things can't be left to brew away unchecked. You've always been a sensitive soul. I know how heartbreak has always hurt you more than you let on. There's no shame in seeking a little aid, is there? I'm always here for you, you know that. But I'm no expert when it comes to these things. And I think you should find someone who is. I say this with all the love in the world. Please, at least think about it. Love always, Mama. Letter from the Fulfilled Heart. Dear Master Angleron. Angleron? Or is it Angle Iron? Because he's a smith. Who knows? I'm exceedingly sorry to report that we're still unable to find someone who might be willing to meet with you. The men and women of this city can be so awfully picky sometimes. Might I suggest that you try submitting a portrait that presents you in a different light? Not that there is anything wrong with the blacksmith, but I wonder if that might be one of the prejudices that we are unfortunately running into where tastes are concerned. Of course, we won't stop trying to arrange something for you. As we like to say at the Fulfilled Heart, there are no lost souls, only those who've yet to find their home. Yours, encouragingly, Maestro Heartstrom. Ironhand gnomes are grievances. All know that the primal source of mechano-magical method and measurement is Gyarados Ironhand, gnomic deity of militant artifice. For generations, the Ironhand clan reverently toiled in their Baldur's Gate workshops, creating intricate devices of precision and beauty, crafting in peace alongside the sweatshops of lesser artisans. Sometimes in their generosity, the Ironhands even shared methods with these others. But then did the adherents of the thief god Gond, and their hubris, found a house of wonders and arrogant to themselves the labor and credit of all mechano-magical works at Baldur's Gate. And many gnomes did join the Gondians, to their shame. And the voice of Gyarados spoke to Wilberforce, Bongal, and said unto him, Suffer not these Gondians to steal thy livelihoods. And so Wilberforce spake out against the Gondians, citing the flaws and errors in their shoddy works, rightly extolling the superiority of the creations of the Ironhands. In response, the Gondians, in their envy and choler, did utter vile slander and calumny against the Ironhands. And Wilberforce was wroth. There followed the death of Wilberforce and the unfortunate Rune Powder incident. And the Ironhands, with the complicity of the Flaming Fist, were driven from the city into woeful exile. A lot of history here. Well, I'm gonna go and pick these up because we're here and I can send them to camp.
Time to press ahead.
Normally I'd swap to a different companion to do all the actual stealing, but I'm gonna spend a long time going through all these houses, so. Trying to be a little more efficient. Alright, let's see where this hatch goes.
It's locked. From the other side. I wonder where it leads.
Refugees traveling alone. Or any stupid enough to...
Yeah, odd that it's locked from the other side, too.
Never a dull moment.
Unless it goes down to the sewers or something, and that's where Orin came from.
Let me guess, you need something. Go.
I know. You remember? Eye color, hairstyle, accent, anything.
Of course, someone has vision right here. They get mad if I move it?
Maybe it has something to do with the army found inside the city. At least we don't be on the road. We'll figure something out.
You're such a scaredy cat.
And crossbow +1, we can sell that. Dagger +1, we can also sell that.
Have a lot on my mind.
There's no point arguing with the army.
Well, in it.
Tried.
He has one job. Deliver my post. So do it.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Hi! Welcome to the Rivington General. Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp.
Hi, Gildro's Meister certificate. I read it.
Stamping us into the dirt.
Maybe not.
Have to keep going.
Instead of complaining to me.
Flyer advertising the Rivington General. You dream it, we forge it. The greatest ironcraft in Rivington, brought to you by Master Blacksmith Gildro and Glaron. Or Angle Iron, which again, that's probably the name. Experience for yourself the raw strength of Gildro's Forge, where molten iron is transformed into timeless creations of breathtaking skill and durability. Man, a lot of reading this episode. So much voice acting in this game, I'm not used to it. Buy it today, and be the envy of friend and foe alike. And Exvikiap?
Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing?
I like
You
hammers.
look like you know how to use a spear. Buy spear. What'd you say? Huh?
Shadowheart's already got one, and I like hammers. And axes, I guess. Are you the one that sells the smith's weapons?
Yep, that's me.
I'd check up on your boss if I were you. He's having a bit of a rough time.
Oh, all right. Yes. I just got to find a way to bother him. Without actually bothering him. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's in the zone, see? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Why would I say that? Let's see if I can help boost your sales figures. Show me what you've got.
Oh, yay!
Alright, what are we looking at? Bunch of arrows, ambusher. It's a +1 short sword, grants sentinel weapon, Gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception ability checks. Ambusher Streak. In combat, you deal an additional 1d6 necrotic damage against creatures that haven't taken a turn yet. This blade is one of a few rare swords wielded by the Eucalyptus League, a group of fabulously wealthy courtesans who owned a great deal of Luskin's bazaars. I like the advantage on perception ability checks. Might be worth giving to Astarion just for that. He has the 1 feat though. Dungeoneer, I think is what it's called. The Dancing Breeze. It's a glaive +2. I don't know if forward attack is unique to this. I haven't looked at a lot of glaives. Strike out at all nearby foes, making separate attack rolls against each target. Tiny specks of blood are fused into the blade, as if the glaive is feeding on them. Bonespike Garb. Clothing grants Slabjaw Determination. You gain 15 temporary hit points whenever you rage. And Exoskeletal Endurance, reduce all incoming damage by 2. When the wearer is struck by a melee attack, the attacker takes 2 piercing damage. Sharp juts and knobbly nodules of bone stud this armor. As if something ancient sank its teeth deep into the leather, they got stuck there. Elven Chain. That's good armor back in the original Baldur's Gates. So, it grants Elven Chain. You're considered proficient with this armor while wearing it. Oh, awesome. So anybody can wear it. It's already medium armor, so everyone in my current party can wear it anyway. In Elven Agility, the wearer has a +2 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on dexterity saving throws. The weight of the interwoven steel rings is offset by clever elven craftsmanship. Rustling against your undershirt, the mail feels like you're wearing a cloud. I might give that to Gale just because I like everyone to have armor equipped, not just robes or clothing. Will is an exception because 1, the robe looks awesome, and 2, it's really good on him. Except for it does override his class's temporary hit points, which I don't care for. Swire's Sledboard. Grants Shield Conduit. The shield shrouds the wearer with Force Conduit at the start of its turn in combat. Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage against the affected entity is reduced by 1 per turn remaining. If the entity takes damage while it has 5 or more turns remaining, it deals 1 to 4 force damage in a 20-foot radius. And Shield Bash, which we've seen on most other shields. A gnomish adventurer once uses to outpace his enemies down a slope. And Stalker Gloves grants Seldom Caught Unawares. You gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls and Skullduggery attack. Your sneak attack deals an additional 1 to 4 force damage. It's a difficult life being a modern rogue. Everyone expects a surprise attack. These gloves assist in making sure that the surprise doesn't live long enough to decide whether they were surprised. That's not bad. I feel like we don't see a lot of force damage resistance from enemies. We gotta sell some stuff at the same time, so while we're here... None of these items really stand out to me, so...
Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye! Back again. Want a dagger? Or a bow? Need more arrows? Need a spear?
Yeah, turn down the excitement, will you? You're giving me a headache.
Sorry. I just get so excited doing the best job ever.
Really? Customer service is your idea of the best job ever.
Yeah. I get to talk to people all day and work for the best damn smith in all of Rivington, Gildro Angle-Iron.
It is Angle-Iron, okay.
He's a living legend. Do you know he's won best smith in Rivington 7 years in a row? And he says that if I move enough stock, I might even get to have a go on the anvil.
Alright, let's leave. Yeah, Angle-Iron made a lot more sense, but looking at the word as a whole, so like Angleron.
What do you want now?
I want to trade.
And go down to the bloody shop. I've got work to do.
I'm worth a shot. Maybe had a special stock.
Zog said to leave, so we're leaving. End of story.
Go up there, but it's considered stealing. So it'd be hard to steal in most of this area, especially without someone like Astarion in the party. Aaron Jacobson and Belron Strongstep.
I'm fine. You're the one who took the beating.
If you're looking to enter the city, hope your pockets are loaded. Bastards are charging a fortune.
Bet you heard Baldur's Gate was safe, right? Well, it's a bloody lie. They've banned refugees from the city as if we're the problem.
The circus of the last days has returned.
Cormac and Bridget.
Oh,
bloody ribs. Sorry, mate. Had a run-in with a mugger. If you need something, ask the missus.
Don't wander around Rivington alone, all right? My husband did and got mugged and beaten for his trouble.
Cool looking headpiece she had on.
Situation stinks.
Randolph, Sylvie Summerworth, and Baldur.
the circus of the last days has returned.
Do me a favour. Box my ears in. I can't listen to any more whining about missing letters.
Forgive me, but I must attend to my friend. She's most upset about the post.
Do not, under any circumstances, employ sword course couriers. Their service is appalling.
Okay. The well had a perception check. I'm not sure why. Hi, Manifa Diallo, Kimmy, and Hayun Kim.
Would everyone please stop going on about the Absolute's army? Lord Gortash is going to sort it all out. You'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Mummy keeps talking about some army, but she won't tell me anything about it. I'm not a baby.
I thought the animation for her was really off-putting, right?
I want to go home, but Mummy keeps talking.
The Absolute Army is on our doorstep. You want to live? Get out of here before it's too late. The cult could raise this place to the ground, and those upper city folks wouldn't even blink. The cult could raise this
Alright, I
place.
have to go back through and talk to everybody a second time.
Between stockpiling food and barricading doors. This cult business has driven half of Rivington mad.
That's kind of a big deal. They have an elder brain.
I'd suggest holding on to your letters until things get back to normal around here.
The cultists are on our doorstep, but no. The real problem is the bloody post.
I am this close to buying and training a pigeon to send my own post. Oh, now there's an idea. To send them to serve, they say. Well, I say.
Keep your gold close and your wits about you.
Hey, don't be fussing over me. I get plenty of that from my wife.
Don't worry, I'm not fussing over you.
What are you hanging about for? Head into the city before they shut the gates for good.
I thought it'd be different here. That people would help us.
Maybe it's an Izzy.
Ginny, you're scary! What about dribbles?
So we could just jump in through here, it looks like, if we didn't get into the circus over there.
You can't get in trouble for sneaking into places as a kid, right? Just wondering. I want to see dribbles, but my dad said no.
We're gonna see the mummy, the dryad, the Ginny, everything. So don't even think about trying to stop us. I don't care what anyone says. I'm going to the circus.
Maybe that's where we'll go next.
Yonks! If you are in the market for potions, I highly recommend the Velveteen Elixir. I've not been this well stocked since Waterdeep.
It looks a little like Barkus in the face.
I wish I could have spent more time perusing the shops. But alas, it is time to move on. Such is the life of a daring adventurer.
Kinda sounds like him too.
You look like you need to clean off the road, Dad. Almost as much as I do. No good inns with hot water and a tub on this side of the crossing, though. If you've ever considered bathing in the Chionthar, don't. I tried it once and came out dirtier than I was when I went in.
If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
We haven't seen a lot of half-orcs in the game, have we? There was Zrel, there's Zog, I think there was one more.
Thought we get something steady here, but no coin is worth it. Not with the absolute breathing down our necks.
I ain't looking to make friends or enemies. Go bother someone else. Off with you. I've got bags to pack and blades to sharpen.
It's going mad. Bees, murderers, monsters, all hell's breaking loose.
Goodness me, that's terrible.
Joking. This is great. Think of all the work we can get here.
Oh, hold on. There'll be plenty of work in Neverwinter. Safe for all.
My dad said I'm not allowed.
Just
Guard
Ingram.
is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
Well, good to know, they don't want to chat.
And they were angry.
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jinn, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Maybe it has something to do with the army about to invade.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it here next time. Is that blood? Although next time we'll talk to some of the people around here. We'll check out this well that we saw our pass the perception check for.
They take your gold, but they leave your rings intact.
Have mercy.
Yeah, well, this time they weren't feeling polite.
This is No. Ilmater, right?
If you won't help us, at least let the children in.
Alright, well, either way, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.